Looking for a way to get healthy? The Chef You and I program has the answer. Kathryn, Raaker, and chefs from around the nation will teach even the most inexperienced how to cook. Come into their kitchen and watch them take ordinary foods with loads of calories and fat and turn those foods into healthier dishes. You will be the first to get tips and ideas on foods that are easy to prepare. Now let's join Kathryn and today's chef and learn how to make today's recipes.
Hi, this is Kathryn Raaker of the Chef You and I have to welcome a chef from Klosterman. She's a marketing director and culinary chef. Amy Ott, nice to have you with us today. What are we going to do today?
We're going to make a burger dog.
A burger dog? What is a burger dog?
Well, essentially you're going to take ground meat, instead of making it into patties for hamburgers, you're going to roll it up.
And make it into a hot dog?
Yep.
Because of your new hot dog buns, maybe?
Very possible.
Very thoughtful. Can you tell me a little bit about what we're going to use in the actual recipe and what it calls for? And can you tell us, as we're doing this, the story of Klosterman's?
Sure.
Okay.
We're going to start with a extra lean ground beef.
Or we could use ground turkey too, right?
You could, yes.
You could. Okay. All right, so do you want me to put it in there for you?
Sure, if you would like.
No, I don't mind getting my hands dirty. All right. And we'll put that right there. And then what?
We're going to add in our dry ingredients, which is 1/4 of a cup of powdered Parmesan cheese.
Okay.
And a tablespoon of dried mustard.
All right.
1/2 teaspoon of crushed red chili flake. You can add more if you want.
And where did you find those chili flakes, girl? I want to know.
In my local grocer.
I looked all over for them. I was having such a hard time finding them. But anyhow, go ahead.
Teaspoon of black pepper.
Okay, we'll put that in there. Okay.
And 2 teaspoons of salt.
Salt.
And then we're going to add in our wet ingredients, which...
Did I put too much pepper in there, girl?
A little bit.
Little bit. We'll just take some of that out of there.
That'll also make it a little bit spicier, too.
It's going to be spicy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all right.
And 2 egg whites.
Egg whites. And we didn't, and you're using the egg whites to keep it light, am I correct?
That is correct.
Okay. That's good, because our show is really a light show. Go ahead. And what's next?
And, our oregano in this 1 tablespoon.
1 tablespoon? Okay.
And if you want to use ground oregano, just cut it in half. So do a teaspoon and a half.
Could we put basil in there too?
Absolutely. This is, you can
do whatever you want to do.
More or less.
Okay.
Now and then 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce.
2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. Okay. 1? Oh, that was a little much. Okay.
And then you mix it all together.
All right. With a...
you can use your hands. Yeah. I find it easier to do.
I do it with my hands. And we washed our hands before we did this, by the way. This is almost like making meatloaf.
And that's kind of what inspired these ingredients. You can also make this into meatballs. It makes an excellent meatball recipe as well.
That sounds good.
Which you could have meatball hoagies on
now,
hot dog
let me
buns.
ask you a question, because we have a lot of people that are vegetarians. Could you do this with tofu?
I've never tried.
Okay.
So I'm not going to say no, but I'm not going to say yes.
Well, chicken.
Definitely.
We could do this with chicken too. Ground chicken.
Absolutely. I would probably only use 1 egg white, since ground turkey and ground chicken tend to be a little bit wetter than ground beef.
Excuse me a minute. I'm going to take a. I'm just going to go over here and wash my hands. And tell me a little bit about. Now we're going to let that rest. Are we going to let that rest, Amy?
Yes, you can cover it with plastic wrap and put it into the refrigerator for about 15-20 minutes to let it kind of set up. Or you can put it in a plastic bag.
Okay, we could do that. We've got a plastic bag right there, and that's our bag well. And you had never seen that before, had you?
No, this is wonderful.
Really cool. Because it gets you don't have to get your hands dirty usually. Okay, and then just seal it up, and I'll put this over here. And you know what? What's really cool about it is that it's hands-free. And I use it all the time. And we're going to be doing, I think we're going to be doing something else, Amy, with breadcrumbs, or not breadcrumbs, we're going to make, what else? Croutons, right?
Croutons, yes.
Now, it's not really hard to make croutons. And you know, if you don't have steel Klosterman's bread, you can put it in the oven.
Yes.
Like I did right before I made some, and I wanted to show you the ones I made. Are they all right? But we're going to make them. We're going to show everybody how to make them.
They look
see
beautiful.
How cute that isn't that nice? And I use the whole wheat bread because I'm really into whole wheat.
And you can do that, and you can use leftover buns for croutons as well.
Right.
Sometimes when you have picnics, and since they don't pack hot dogs and hot dog buns in the same number count,
right.
then you're left over with something. So if you got buns left, that's a great way to use it.
Tell me how you came to know the Klostermans, and tell us a little bit about, because we have to wait for that for a little while. Tell us a little bit about the Klosterman story.
Well, Klosterman was founded in 1892.
Okay.
And by Frank Klosterman. And Frank and his brother, Benjamin, ran the business, and then they handed it down to Frank's son, Jack.
Right.
And Bernard, which is Frank's nephew.
Okay.
And then they handed it down to Kenny Klosterman, who is Bernard's son.
Okay.
And then down to Chip Klosterman and Kim Klosterman, who
today own it.
Today are.
How big are they? Are they in every state now?
We serve nationally through a frozen program, but fresh distribution is limited to Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, a little bit into Pittsburgh, and down into Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, that's pretty exciting.
Yes.
So tell us all the different products that they have, because they have, I know them for their bread, okay? And they were the first ones that I started buying that had less calories, because I was looking for, I love bread, and I think it's a great staple for you, just as long as you don't overdo it, correct?
Correct.
And they've just come out with these new buns that we're going to use for the ground beef. Can you show, we can show this?
Yes,
right?
This is our honey bun recipe, and it's kind of has a sweeter profile. We do have hamburger buns in the same variety.
You do? And what's different about these than other type of buns that are out there today?
Well, the addition of the honey adds an extra flavor
to
profile,
it.
and it makes it great if you're grilling.
Yeah, which we will be doing today. We'll be grilling today, right?
Yes.
Now, it's just like when you're making a meatloaf. I use bread in my meatloafs. I use either bread, day-old bread, or I use, believe it or not, Wheaties.
Oh.
Of all the things in the world. Because when I was around 7 years old, my mom was a Girl Scout leader, and she started teaching us how to make everything. And he loves, my husband loves my meatloaf. And I think that it makes it easier, and it's a food stretcher as well when you're putting it together, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So what are we going to do next? We're going to take the meat out of the refrigerator now, right?
Yes, we can do that.
And what we're going to do, we've got the meat. It's right here. Looks great, Amy.
We're going to
Okay, and what are we going to do now? This is going to be fun.
Yeah, this part is my favorite part.
We got to move some of this stuff out of the way so we can see what we're doing here. Okay.
So basically, 1 pound of your ground meat will approximately make about 8 different burger dogs. So you're looking for about a 2-ounce portion.
Let's see what a 2-ounce portion looks like. That's about 2 ounces.
And then I'm hoping so.
Okay.
Yes. It's a small handful.
We have to move this around so he can see what you're doing.
So you kind of put it in the middle.
Can you give me one of those and I'll try it too?
Absolutely.
Okay. This looks like fun. Now you're doing a contest or something, I heard. Is that true? Or not a contest, but you're doing a program where people can send in their recipes on how they do this for your hot dog buns.
Yes, we love getting recipes on our Facebook page and learning how people use leftover bread or their...
I'll send you my meatloaf recipe.
Oh, please.
Is that about right, or a little bit bigger than that?
A little bit more.
Okay, do this. Okay.
And so you want to form it into a log, kind of like
that.
This. And then you take your plastic wrap, and if you've ever rolled sushi, or if you're familiar with that, you kind of do the same with the plastic wrap, where you And then you can extend
Like
it
this?
a little bit more. Yeah.
Okay. So they tend to look like hot dogs.
And then when you get down to the end, you can just twist them, and then that gives them a little bit more of that tubular shape.
Sausage shape, right?
Yes.
Well, that's cool.
And then you let these rest in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes or so they will hold their shape before you put them on the grill.
Okay, so let's do that because we're gonna be feeding some people here and having fun. So let's do this. And we're going to take a little break, and we'll be right back, and we'll have done all of them and put them in the refrigerator. Okay? And getting ready to grill them.
Yum.
Okay?